Okay, guys, I just got off the phone with Andy Kowalski, the inventor of PowerSlot golf swing, and had a great conversation with him. Going to be in contact with him quite a bit, I'm sure. He's sending me a book that he wrote. He's sending me a lot of stuff. I wish I could send him something, but I ain't got anything to send him because I hadn't invented anything. He has. Okay, so Andy, I appreciate that. And I told Andy, I said, Andy, it's so hard for me to say PowerSlot golf. I said, it's easier for me to say slot line golf. And it is. You know, I call it slot line there for several times. I caught myself doing it. But the reason why I call it slot line golf is that we're trying to, you've heard of the slot, okay? Everybody's heard of the slot. You got to get into this hitting slot. Well, that's what it's all about. People are not in the hitting slot. So to me, using the terminology slot line golf is a lot better. So he gave me the ability to go ahead and use slot line. So we're going to be referring to the PowerSlot golf swing as slot line golf, because we're going to get in that slot, and once we get in that slot, it's going to be very difficult for you to hit bad shots. Okay, you can even come over the top, you'll still hit it straight. You can come under the plane and you'll hit it higher, but it'll still be straight. Okay, I'm not even going to go into all that stuff. Okay, all we got to do is get you guys to playing slot line golf the way that I think it needs to be played, because I'm gonna take everything that I've known, which is quite a bit of golf stuff, and I'm going to try to take what it actually needs to be placed into slot line golf to make slot line golf up here. Okay, the ultimate golf method, if you will. We'll call it a method. All right. So Andy, I appreciate us hooking up. It was all by accident, so accidents don't happen. Everything's kind of, you know, happens for a reason. So I think that's why it happened. All right, let's talk about a definition of, you've always heard of teachers saying you've got to keep the hands in front of the club. Okay, well, if that's behind me and this is the front of me, now the club is behind my hands. Okay, now where people really mess up, and you guys got to get this part right here, because if you get this part right here that I'm showing you, where your forearms are rotated like this to get the hands in front of the club, you're going to be on easy street. You got to get that down. Okay, now what most people do is they'll come up here like this, and look where the club is now. The club is above my hands. It's not in front of my hands are not in front of the club. The club is actually on top of my hands. Okay, and a lot of you will come back to the ball, which you can't come back to the ball with the club on top of your hands. It's got to come from right here, right there. That's the hitting slot line golf, guys. That's where we're headed. All right, so that's the definition of, I've got to keep my hands in front of the club. Okay, that's above, that's in front. That's okay. If you want to do it that way, Mo Norman did it that way. You still got your hands in front of that club. All right, so you're going to see me do a few more vids, which I think that can be added into slot line golf, PowerSlot golf. Okay, and it's not going to be much. It doesn't need to be much. It's darn near perfect anyway. I mean, if you watch the pros, they'll be practicing their takeaway like this. You'll never see a pro take it away like this. You'll see them do this. Well, what have you already done? You've already rotated your forearms. Now, if you just drop it, well, there's slot line golf or PowerSlot golf right there. That's exactly what Andy did, okay? Now, in my opinion, I think that the forearms can be rotated even more, and that would mean bringing the club back in here. You hadn't got to put it on the ground, but if you just got it right here, you can start from that position with the club off the ground and hit the ball, okay? What I showed you yesterday, just put it at that 430 path and just raise your arms and hit it. You ain't got to put it down on the ground, okay? Probably be better if you didn't, tell you the truth, all right? So that's where we're headed. We're trying to get to a point where we can give everybody the option, if you want to take the aspirin, to play golf at a very high level without any pain, okay? That's the goal. So if y'all want to take the aspirin with me, you stick around and we'll take it together, and we'll start playing some really good golf next year. Let's build a foundation this year and get this thing going and get excited about it, because I'm excited about it, and make it happen. Talk to y'all later. Hope that helped. Andy, be in contact with you, buddy. Bye.